Well, we all know that 2017 and now 2018 has made history with some of the worst mass shootings. And when tragedy strikes, many wonder what could have been done and what can be done now.
Ellie Hines tells us one former first responder is proactively working to help people in the Tri-Cities get equipped to save lives.
Yes, Casey and Amy, he and his team of instructors are holding classes to help people young and old have the tools they need to save lives in a disaster situation.
There's one of our basic bleeding control kits. There's an Israeli bandage.
It's things you might not think you'll ever need.
Come around again and just tuck it under itself.
And a set of skills that could save a life. Jake Drum is a former paramedic and is now an instructor at Quillen College of Medicine. He says as he started to see more and more mass shootings across the country, he started looking for ways his wife, a school teacher, could be prepared if the worst were to happen.
People start to realize, hey, this could be my family member, this could be me, it could be my kid.
So he started Drum Emergency Solutions, providing classes and kits so people can learn how to help with severe injuries before first responders can arrive.
Somebody can bleed out in under 3 minutes, and no matter where you are here in East Tennessee, it's hard for a police car, a fire truck, or an ambulance to get to you within 3 minutes.
He says within 24 hours after the latest deadly shooting in Florida, his classes filled up. In the class, he teaches how to keep yourself safe, how you can stop the bleeding of a serious injury, and how you can apply a tourniquet to save someone's life.
It's just a Velcro strap.
He showed us a sample of what you might learn in class. He keeps it down to the basics so even kindergarten students can learn.
And we really underrate what children are capable of. You know, most kids that you're going to run across want to find a solution. They want to be part of the total answer.
He says as a dad himself, he makes sure his kids are equipped with some of these basic emergency response kits.
My daughter has one of these kits with her right now in her backpack. If you had a third of those kids who had these cost-effective solutions in their backpacks, you know, what could be done in some type of disaster, like what lives could be saved.
We hope that this bleeding control movement really takes hold and it becomes a standard, a national standard.
Drum says as more people become aware and get equipped, more lives can be saved. So we've got one of those kits out now that we were talking about there in the story, and basically you can see how small it is. I mean, he was saying it's in his daughter's backpack at school, so really it's, you know, not too intimidating looking, and there's a ton packed in here. And we've got some of it out. You can see this tourniquet that I showed in the story. Some really easy instructions there, just you know, in the heat of the moment, just to be able to know exactly. And that's the same with this pack. There's visual instructions that, you know, say 1,000 words each of what to do, and then wording instructions on the back. So some pretty simple tools, especially once you have that training, which he says is the most important part, even more than these products here.
And of course, everything's so compact. This is actually a thermal blanket. They were talking about hypothermia and
about shock.
Amazing, yeah.
Just in that little pack, CPR shield right here, scissors. It's really like a traditional first aid kit, but instead of just the gauze and band-aids, you have some pretty heavy-duty stuff for traumatic situation.
Yeah, and it's kind of intimidating when you think about what it is for. But like he was saying, it's really neat to see even kids, you know, embracing this, wanting to be part of that solution, not just wanting to be shielded from that, but actually wanting to engage and learn how to use these tools and help their fellow students if needed.
Big instructions, big words.
Yeah, I like that.
Obviously, it's created for someone who's in a traumatic situation and really just needs to have that information forced on them. So he's thought of everything with that kit. Great stuff. Thanks, Allie.